Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my subscribers, and hello and welcome to all those who are cross watching this video. I have a really just something I want to share about myself and about my experience yesterday, because I feel like in doing so I may help inspire you or activate something within you. We are all connected and we're all on our own individual healing journeys. So I just want to share a part of mine. Now, what brought this up? Yesterday I went to a transmission from a consciousness called Min, a lady named Jennifer who did the transmission. She's a channel for this consciousness, and I will leave the website below, because the work that Jennifer is doing is really good, and she's really helping the consciousness Min's really helping expand the consciousness and the healing that takes place with this, the diamond light. So there's diamond light astrology, there's diamond light healing, there's diamond light numerology as well. And this is, it's so powerful and it aligns so much with my soul that I want to share this. So I am going to leave a link to their website, and so I went there yesterday and I connected with Min, and I asked the question about being stuck, and particularly in the situation that I am in, and I've been working very hard on healing and releasing a lot from the past, and I've been working on forgiveness and compassion and self-love. Like, for the last, I would say, 4 years, I've been on a pretty up and down healing journey. A lot of expansion in a very short period of time. And the situation that I'm in at the moment, particularly last year, has been rather difficult, and I've been really trying to move out of it, and I've been trying to move forwards, but I've been feeling like I'm just not getting somewhere. It's like every time I feel like I'm making tracks, I just felt like something else would happen that would take me back. And I really felt like the people around me made it more challenging as well, and particularly because I'm living with family. So there's been lots of triggers for me, and I was somewhat reluctant to approach Min, because I knew that I was going to be it was going to be a burst of truth. I knew this within me, but I have the courage and the strength to do it, because I know that I want to transform this. I know that I want to get moving forwards. I don't want to be caught in the crossroads in my life. I don't want to be on the same wheel going around and around and around. I want to transform this, and I want to move forwards. Now, this patterning in my life has been a lot around abuse, okay, and I've had patterns around abandonment as well. And I thought that I had done a lot of healing around that, but it kept presenting to me, particularly in 2019, okay. And I've just got this feeling like I had this feeling like something, there was an awareness that I really needed to understand. And a lot of times we think we understand something, but there's a deeper layer to that understanding. And it's until we get to that deeper layer of understanding that we can really shift and grow from that. And the message that I received was that I need to take full responsibility for my life and for everything that's happening in it, and to not blame, and to not, you know, to get caught up in that this is happening to me, or that victim mentality. Okay, it's about bringing that power back. Now, I had that understanding, but it's like I needed to understand it deeper. Okay, and by having that said to me, allowed me to really understand that. Now, within saying that, it's made me feel quite uncomfortable, because sitting with that, having to be fully responsible for absolutely everything that happens in your life, it's really a hard dose to swallow. Okay, a hard pill to swallow, because but I want to say, even though it's hard to hear things like that, it makes sense, because for us to really to move forwards in our lives, and you know, and they're reminding me that one of the things that Min said was moving forwards is a concept of the mind. Okay, and so, but if you've really got this idea within yourself about how you want your life to look, how can you create that life for yourself if you're still in the energy of not having that? So what I mean is if you have a lot of abuse going on, or you know, you have a lot of if you've, you know, got patterns of betrayal, say, or patterns of bad relationships, okay, or if you tend to be a victim in your life, that's going to keep coming up until you decide to really look at it, to feel it, and to take responsibility for it. And I really grasp this deep understanding that it's about me. Do I want to be in this energy? Do I want to allow myself to be a victim anymore? And what am I going to do now? What steps am I going to take to get myself through this? Now, I am being reminded here, I'm hearing my guides talking to me, and they're reminding me about Min saying that once it's all about your magnetic energy. And so if you are in the energetic frequency of what it is that you are experiencing, and in my case, you know, a lot of that's like abuse, well then it's very hard to move out of that unless you heal from that. So you need to be out of that. You need to have that out of your magnetism, out of your energy field, to be able to really move out of that in your reality. So how to do that? I really feel like it's about feeling. Absolutely, it's about feeling. It's getting deep within yourself, and being real with yourself and truthful for yourself, and start listening to your soul. Start doing for yourself instead of for everyone else. You know, where are you abusing your own self in life? And this could be in many different patterning, guys. It doesn't have to just be the patterns of abuse. This could be, you know, perhaps you're always giving and not receiving. Perhaps you're on your own and you don't get support from others. You know, again, it's an opportunity to really find that support within yourself, to take responsibility in your life. And I am ready to change this. I am ready to take responsibility in my life. And it's you know, it's hard for me to get on camera and speak about this because it's still very raw within me. But I just feel like it's important to share, and because I know a lot of you are going through similar, okay? And when you're living in situations that are no longer serving you, and you can feel quite trapped within that, and things can play out around you, but it's to really trigger you into taking action. It's triggering you to take responsibility in your life and to really own your life. And it takes steps, it takes time, it takes self-compassion, okay? It takes also compassion for those in your life who are pushing your buttons and triggering you, because they too are healing. They too have probably gone through what you're going through. But the beautiful thing is that when you become conscious of this, you can change it. Once you've been given the truth, once you feel it within your soul, you can change that truth in your life. Once you've been aware of a truth, you cannot change that awareness. You can only choose to evolve from that. You can't unknow the truth. The truth is truth. And feeling the rawness, feeling that truth deep within, it can be challenging because you feel all these emotions, okay? It all rises and bubbles to the surface. But you need to allow it to just flow right through and not hold on to it, but allow it. But once you've released that, you can then move to the next part of your healing. You know, it's like I think of the card where I have submerged, and there's these ice blocks of ice in the ocean, and they're on the top it's only small, but down below is so much more that's not really known to the eye. When you look, you don't see it, but down underneath it's just so much to it. And mind you, a lot of these feelings, these emotions are not only coming up from this lifetime, this is coming up from many, many, many lifetimes. But until we actually feel it and own it, we're going to keep playing these patterns out. We're going to keep experiencing what we always have experienced. So I'm making the decision to allow myself to feel, allow myself to be vulnerable, however uncomfortable it is at the present time. If I can really surrender to my emotions, surrender to whatever feeling comes up, because some feelings aren't comfortable, and we get taught from a young child, you know, not to feel, not to cry, you know, not to be angry, not to express yourself. So we just swallowing and swallowing and swallowing all these emotions, and no wonder we all walk around so sensitive, because we're just being triggered at every moment. You know, that's why it just takes one person to say a word even that may trigger you. and it's triggering you to heal. It's not a curse, it's a blessing. I used to think that it was a curse to be so triggered and sensitive, but it's really a blessing, because you're given the capability to heal. Because as I said before, when it's unconscious to us, we don't know what's going on. We are unaware, but when we become conscious, we are aware and we can transform it, we can change it, and we can move forwards because our energy feels clear from that vibration, that frequency. Just layer upon layer. It needs to be freed. A lot of lifetimes we have been swallowing our anger and our feelings. We have been told not to feel. But feeling is our soul. Who we are is from our feelings. We have to honor our feelings. And when we can honor our feelings, when we can express our feelings in a safe way that's not projecting onto other people, when we can express our own feelings in love, we can then allow more love into our lives. We have more room for acceptance of others, compassion for others, understanding. So that's the message I want to share with you. And I am going to have a little break away for the next 5 days just to really integrate and release and dig deep into my own soul. So take the time to do that for yourself. If you can't do that over a longer period of time, do it in a shorter period of time. Switch off, disconnect from everything else and connect with your soul, because there lies the steps to take to heal, to transform, and to grow. Much love to you all.